Jamaica College and the St. Andrew Technical Stats will contest the final of the ISSA Digicel Manning Cup competition. Stats beat Wolmer's 4-1 penalties after a 1-1 full-time draw in their semi-final, while Jamaica College, they got by defending champions Kingston College 5-4 in penalties after their match ended 0-0 after full-time. But the major talking point from Wednesday was the incident involving Kingston College's Khalifa Richards and JC's Shadane Lopez at the start of the second half. So this is what Lopez is pointing to, his shoulder. And this is what happened, in case you're wondering. Look at this.
He bit him on the shoulder.
Yes, he did.
Where did he learn that, George? I'm sure his coach Ludlow Bernard didn't teach him that.
Well, yeah, so...
I'm positive, 100% sure.
Luis Suarez must have influenced this. So this is it, taking a bite out of your opponent's shoulder. And look at the reflex slap. It wasn't even thought about, he just swung his hand out of reflex. What are you doing? Bam! And the Kingston College man goes down. The KC boys calling the assistant's attention. And the KC goalkeeper taking a shot at Lopez as well. And I'm wondering why he went down, holding his jaw. Reminds me of Luis Suarez at the World Cup after taking a bite out of Giorgio Chiellini, holding his teeth.
He damaged his teeth.
Yes,
because he was biting.
Teeth. Yeah, so his jawbone seems to have been hurt, and you know what? I'm not going to laugh and make light of the situation because it's a serious matter. And I am trying, Lance, to work this out in my head. Yeah. Why?
The facts of the matter: both players got yellow cards. To be absolutely clear, if the rules of the law, if the rules of the game had been effected here, both should get red cards.
Yes.
Both should get red cards. Because Lopez struck Khalifa bit him. Both should have gotten red cards, but they only got yellow cards, which is a little strange.
Yes, so in case someone is wondering, why is it that the JC man did get a red card? It's because he reacted with
retaliation.
Violence.
Yes. Yeah? He struck the player,
and
which
the
is a
rule
red card offense.
The rule is, even if that happens, the premise of football is that in an organized game, the game will have a referee. All matters concerning discipline and the application of the rules of the game are the purview of the referee. So the principle is, if you are bitten, complain to the referee. If you are bitten, do not strike, because the moment you do that, you've taken the law into your own hands, and to do so is a breach of the rules, because you're not empowered to so do as a player.
That's right.
So that's why you'd get the red card as the retaliating player.
Yes.
But I don't know, a yellow card sanction. We live in a society now where everything goes.
Yeah.
Everything goes. People do all kinds of things, and people say, oh, well, you know, it's just what it is. And if they were punished with yellow cards, so move on and forget it. I don't think so.
Yeah, at first, George, I wondered, why did Khalifa get a yellow card if it is that we assume that the match officials, referee and assistant referee, would have been aware that he bit Lopez? Because if they did, it was a red card. So I'm wondering if they didn't see exactly what he did. But it would be careless and irresponsible for a match official to just assume that he did something, which is why Lopez reacted. They would have had to know exactly what he did to hand out the punishment. And if they knew that he bit Lopez, that is a red card. So I think the match officials erred in not delivering red cards to both players. As unfortunate it might sound for Lopez, who, based on what we are seeing, it's reasonable to suggest that he just spontaneously reacted because he was bitten. But because of the rules of the game, that's a red card offense. If you lash out in retaliation, you strike a player, that's a red card, regardless of the level of provocation.
But here's the thing, and we have to make assumptions because we're not quite sure. I'm giving the officials, though, Lance, the benefit of the doubt to say that they didn't see the bite. Because for me, the bite is a red card, and our referees are good enough to know that that's what the punishment for such an
red card
should be. So I'm saying that neither the referee nor the assistant saw the red card. What they know...
The bite.
The bite, rather.
Yes.
What they know is that something happened. And it is because of this something happening. Remember now, you have two sets of players telling you different things. And of course, under no circumstance should the referee take what the player is saying happened as an indicator of what actually happened. Because players mislead, players talk. Players are out there promoting and protecting the self-interest, themselves and their teammates. So the referee can't be guided by what a JC man would have said, well, ref, he beat him.
Yes.
And he can't be guided by what the KC mentioned. Ref, he just put his head there and he slapped him. Yeah. So if they didn't see, but they are satisfied that there was a coming together between both players, and they're saying, well, this coming together would have been unsporting off the ball because the ball wasn't in that frame. Then I think, and I'm assuming, Lance, that is the basis upon which a yellow card was brandished by the referee.
Instead of a red. Or any at all.
Or any at all, because I'm saying, I don't think, and I'm giving the referees the benefit of the doubt, that they did not see the bite. If they did, we'd have been talking about 2 red cards or at least 1.
Yeah. So if there was VAR available,
yes, I was going to go there.
Officials,
I was going to go there.
Then we think that both players would have gotten a
For
red
sure,
card
because they should have.
It would be very clear. Having mentioned VAR, someone said a couple of days ago, a Tottenham Hotspur fan, by the way, that they were waiting on VAR to reverse the Jose Mourinho decision. But that we will discuss in another moment. But George, do you think the schools or the team management should take action against this Kingston College player?
Yes, well, all right. So I believe in a hierarchy of management in this regard. So the team management, the team as a manager, the team as a head coach, and other senior staff.
Yes.
The team shouldn't wait on the school to act. They shouldn't pass the buck. The KC principal shouldn't be called into action here. Neither should the
team
GC
management.
principal.
Ludlow Bernard,
team management,
coach and the management of the team.
For sure. Call both men, young men, you have to sanction them. Both young men must be sanctioned for what happened in the circumstances. The JC man, it's unfortunate. I'm sympathetic with him, but the rules don't make any allowance for retaliating with violence after being attacked. It says to leave such decisions to the referee. That's the understanding. So I would sanction both players. If I'm the KC management, I would be even more severe in my sanction of the young man, to the extent that I'm teaching him a lesson about not doing anything as foolhardy as that on a pitch ever again. He's only young, so he'll rebound, hopefully. And it's not to condemn him, but it's to punish him strongly so he knows that this has no place in the game of life.
Yeah, you said more severe, George. How,
yes.
Definitively, what would you say?
So he'd be stood down from footballing duties for the rest of the season.
For the rest of the season?
Yes, and he would have to complete. He would have to go and talk to boys in the junior school about discipline on the field and respecting opponent and not doing anything that is potentially detrimental to your team on the field of play and to your school's image. I'd ask him to talk to first formers, second formers, and third formers about those things for the next 2 weeks, different classes as part of his punishment, and then he'll be fine again.
Do you think the Uruguayan Barcelona forward, Luis Suarez, is his mentor?
I would suggest so.
Or influenced him in any way?
But where could he have gotten it from? Because there's no other famous example of a player biting another player. But Suarez, I told you that I read editorial cartoons. I think the cartoonists in the newspapers...
He could also be a Mike Tyson fan.
No, he's too young.
Okay.
Yeah. The editorials, the editorials, and I told you about the one where it was in the Telegraph in Britain, where the scene was a factory with a chain link fence around it. And the watchman was there, and the guard dog, packed up his bags and was walking out. So someone said to the dog, "Where are you going?" The dog said, "Well, I was told by the boss this morning that these premises are now being guarded by Luis Suarez." So no need for a dog because you have someone who's biting. Yeah, there you go. So that one has stuck with me. Eh?
Yes, it would. It would. We have more to come on the zone, though.
Yeah?
We have more to come on the zone. Lots of.
But you agree with giving them a top-up punishment?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. I think so, because the match officials in that moment were lenient, given what happened.
Yes.
Yeah. So something more should happen there.